Okay, right, all of you. So let's connect it to Management Studio. So in the last class, we discussed about DDL commands, data definition language. Here I'm connecting to database. Okay? So DML, data manipulation language. See, DML commands, data manipulation language commands. Data modifications related operations. In yesterday's class, we worked with the table. We created some table. SP_help table name. See this. This is the table finally we have in our database. Okay. So how many columns there in the table? 5 columns. And here you can see what are the columns available. What are the data types assigned to those columns? That information, complete information is available there. Okay, na? Right. Let's go to insert command. See, insert command is used to insert data into table, right? So now coming to next scenario, insert into table name. What is our table name? T1. Values. This is keyword and the part of syntax. Insert into T1 values. Start bracket, because inside bracket we are going to provide data. Okay, na? Suppose ID A12. What is the next column? Please check ename. Suppose something like Ram, ename, comma. What is the next column? Date of birth. So 12th April 2007. Some data birth given. After that, salary ending 7,000, commission 10. Close bracket. Okay, na? See here, important thing is five columns there in the table. We inserted 5 rows into, 5 values into this table. That's fine. And in the same way, now I used single quotes for first 3 values. Last 3 values we are not used for, we are not used single quotes. Why? You got my question, right? Some values, some data, we used single quotes, some values, some data, we are not using single quotes. Right? The reason is, see, what is the data type of ID column? Character. Ename column, character. Date of birth column, date type. After that, you can see salary column and commission column. salary column integer అండి. ఓకేనండి. Salary column integer. Commission column also integer. Integer means what? Number family. See, not only in insert command, anywhere in SQL server, while working with the character data, date time data, right? Character data, date time data, single quotes are mandatory. If you are not using single quotes, what happens? You are going to get error messages. That's what happens. So now, coming to next scenario, let's go for execution of this statement. See this. What happened now? Row inserted into table. Fine. Suppose I'm missing something here, like single quote is missing. See this. You're getting error message. So why we are getting error message? Because we have to use, single quotes for character data and date time data. That is the point. Okay. So now, coming to next scenario, we got some clarity. So why we are using single quotes? That is clear. Fine. So coming to next scenario. Now, how to insert multiple rows into table by using same insert statement. Okay, na? How to insert multiple rows into same, into table by using same insert statement. Generally, see, if you want to insert multiple rows into table, you are going to work with the multiple insert statements, right? And now the thing is, I don't want to use multiple insert statements. By using same insert statement only, I want to insert multiple rows into table. So what to do? How to do? So let's see that. I'm going to change this data because this row already inserted into table, right? And fine. Comma. See, after comma, I'm not using insert statement. I'm not typing insert statement again. Okay. Start bracket, provide data. A14 Suresh. Suppose provide some data, but provide some salary, provide some condition, close. Right? And so this is the way like how we work. So just after finishing row, just take comma, start bracket, then provide data. So this is the way like how we are working.
Sir, I have a small doubt.
Tell me, please.
Sir, in the you have mentioned the another employee details, right?
Yeah.
In that, for example, in date of birth or date of joining, if that is not mentioned, like if he is not given that respective details, so what can we do?
There you are going to insert null value. See, date of birth is available, then you will provide date of birth. If date of birth is not available, what we do? We are not going to insert any data. That means we are going to insert null value. Okay. Right. Okay, now. Right. So I executed this statement. Now what happened? Multiple rows inserted into this table. Right. So coming to next scenario, I want to see the data. So whatever the data we inserted into table. I want to see. Yesterday also we have seen there is some confusion. That's why I'm spending time on this part. Yesterday also we have seen some scenario from the table, but that is structure of the table. That is structure of the table. Now I'm going to check with the data, but not structure. I'm going to check with the data. See this, select statement, select star from table name, execute. See the data retrieve. So from the beginning, we are maintaining clarity. Table contains structure and data, right? You can see the structure by using sp underscore help table name. In the same way, you can see the data by using select statement. So forget about that. Coming to next scenario, next DML command is update command. So what is the purpose of update? See, update command is used to update or replace old data with new data. For example, you take this table. See, you can see the data existing in the table, right, Andy? So you take this table. In this table, different employees and different salaries also available, right? Now, I want to update salary of the employee Suresh, right? And I want to update the salary of employee Suresh. What to do? Update table name T1 set salary equal to suppose 8,000. Okay, so I'm doing like this. Salary equal to 8,000. Whose salary you are going to update? Because there is no condition and nothing, right? Just we have given update table name set salary equal to 8,000. That's all. That means whose salary you are going to update. So if you are executing like this, what happens, you know? All employees' salaries. All employees' salaries will be updated to 8,000. So we have to write condition like this. Suppose where ID equal to what I'm doing here, I want to update salary of the employee Suresh only, not everybody, not all employees, right, Andy? So because of that reason only, so what I'm doing here, I'm just using this where class. So now what happens, you know, only A14 ID employee salary will be updated. Other employees salaries will not be updated. Let's go for execution. Execution done. And now how to check the data? Because we updated, right? We've updated old data. How to check it? See, if you want to check the data, use select statement. If you want to check the structure, use sp underscore help. See this. This employee salary we updated. See that previously it was 3,000, right? And previously it was 3,000, now updated to 8,000. Clearly it is showing. Please check it. And how we updated this salary? By using this statement. Okay, Nandi. So now I have some questions here. Actually, ID call. Yes, you are using ID column in where condition, right? And what about other columns? Because in this table, we have other columns also. ID, e-name, date of birth, salary, commission, different columns existing in this table. So can I use other columns in the condition or not? That's what my question. See, why not? Any column of the table, right? Any column of the table can be used in the condition. But see, maximum scenarios, we are going to use ID columns in the condition. Reason is, generally, ID columns contains unique data. That is the reason why we use ID columns in where condition. Okay, now? This is the way. And coming to next step, delete command. Next DML command is delete. So delete command is used to delete data from the table. Actually, yesterday we worked with the truncate, right? DDL commands yesterday, we worked with the truncate. What is the purpose of truncate? Deleting data from the table. We did, right? We executed. We executed it in the last session, right? So today we are going to execute delete. What I'm saying, same purpose, delete data. Then what is the difference between delete and truncate? See, delete command can delete only entire data from the table. Entire data means what? All rows. Right? Truncate command. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Truncate command can delete entire data, all rows from the table. Coming to delete, it can remove or it can delete selected rows from the table. Suppose delete from T1 where ID equal to A14. Now what happens, only A14 ID, only A14 ID employee data will be deleted from the table. Right. Let's go for it. Execution done successfully. This execution, this statement, delete statement execution, deleted that selected row from the table. Right. Can you do this task by using truncate? No. You cannot do this type of task by using truncate. What you can do using truncate? You can delete only entire data from the table. You cannot delete selected rows. So that is the difference between truncate and delete. In the same way, there is some other task called as rollback. Rollback we are going to discuss under TCL, transaction control language. Okay. But see, you cannot roll back truncate, but you can roll back delete. Okay. Now? That is the scenario. So that is the difference between truncate and delete. Generally, what happens, maximum scenarios to delete data from the table. We are going to work with the delete command only, maximum, because see, total data deletion from the table, rare case. Selected data deletion from the table will be there generally, this statement. So whatever the statement there on screen and we executed, right? This type of executions will be there maximum, right? So this is the, and that is the difference between truncate and delete. Now, if I'm going to discuss about rollback, you cannot understand because we are just in the beginning of the training only. Mostly next class, we are going to discuss about commit rollback. There I'll discuss again this point, like difference between truncate and delete, how rollback is going to work for delete, how rollback is not going to work for truncate, everything I'll discuss clearly. Okay, na? So now tell me, any questions related to delete command or difference between truncate and delete? Please go ahead. Anybody, any questions?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Tell me, please.
Sir, if you gave this delete command where ID equals to A14, the entire data regarding to that A14 ID number got deleted, right?
Complete row will be deleted. If I'm doing like
Completed
this,
row, like his name,
complete row
amount,
will
and
be deleted.
commission.
Right,
That
correct.
will get deleted.
Right, correct.
So if I want to delete that ID row, what I should do then?
ID row, no. See, here that is the problem. Actually, the entire thing is known as, see, I selected, right? The entire thing is known as row.
Yes, sir.
ID is just value only. We cannot delete just value. Okay, now.
If I want to, like in the vertical columns, like ID is there now, A12
That
and
you have
A13.
to delete column only. In the last class, we deleted column, right? Complete column. So you have to remove from the table permanently.
How to do that, sir? Column removal.
Alter. Yesterday's class, I discussed alter table, table name, drop column, column name, right?
Okay. Then
Okay.
that entire will delete, like ID column
Okay.
will get deleted.
Yes, column is going to delete.
Okay.
And,
Okay, sir.
right. So anybody, any questions?
Sir, at the beginning, you also told about drop also.
Drop is
So,
going to delete complete table, but
table.
here delete is deleting only data, but not table. Okay, na? Delete command, truncate command deletes only data from the table, but drop command is going to delete complete table from the database. Okay. Right, Andy? Any questions? Anybody, please? Right. It seems no questions. Fine. Let's go to next scenario. What are the DML commands we discussed today? Insert command, update command, delete. What is the purpose of insert? Used to insert data into table, adding data only. Update, used to update or replace data in the table. Used to delete data. I'm sorry. See, used to delete data, that's fine. But your important point is it is going to delete maximum cases. We are going to delete selected data only. Selected data means writing where conditional. Okay. Na? Selected data means what? Writing where condition. So that is the point. Okay. So we are done with DML, data manipulation language. Yesterday we discussed about DDL commands, data definition language commands. Fine. So next step, next sub language is DRL. DRL stands for what? Data retrieval language. Actually, DRL commands used to retrieve data from the tables. For example, you create a table, inserted data, updated data, deleted data. You perform different operations. So finally, you want to see what is there in the table, what is existing in the table. That's what you want to see. Right? There you are going to work with the DRL. The only command of DRL is select command. Right? So select command is used to retrieve data from the tables. That's fine. See, basically, we have 4 types of select statements. See, SQL means query based language, and SQL stands for what? Structured query language, right? And okay. Actually, we have different types of select statements. We have different concepts related to queries we are going to work. But basically, we have 4 types of select statements. Basically, right? And so what are those 4 types of select statements? We'll see now. Model 1. Model 1, retrieving entire data from the table. Select a star from table name. Execute and see that. What happened? All columns, so all rows to retrieve. See, I'm using star operator here. What is the meaning of star operator? All columns. Right? And star operator means what? All columns. Fine. So is there any condition? Condition means what? Where condition. Already we have seen how to work with where condition in update command and delete command also. In update delete commands, we already worked with the conditions, where conditions, right? So now star means all columns. In the same way, there is no condition. So what happens now? There is no condition means even all rows retrieve, right? And that's why, see, when I executed this statement, this is the select statement I executed. So when I executed this select statement, all rows, all columns retrieved. This is model 1. Okay. So coming to next scenario, I'm going to work with all columns. See, I want to retrieve all columns only. Coming to rows, selected rows, selected data, selected rows. See, if you heard about selected data, selected rows, this type of scenario, you are going to write where condition. Remember, please. Suppose where ID equal to A12. Again, see that again in this statement, where condition, I'm using ID column only. I can use other columns also, no problem. See, your table contains other columns also. Any column can be used in the condition. But maximum what happens, we are going to work with the where condition, ID columns only in where conditions. That is the point. Okay. So let's go for execution. See this. What happened? All columns retrieved. But coming to rows, what happened? Only selected rows retrieved. Why selected rows? Why all columns? I'm really sorry. There I'm using star operator. So all columns retrieved. And in the statement, I'm using where condition. So only condition satisfied data retrieved. That means only selected rows retrieved. So this is what the scenario is. Got my point? So this is second model. Coming to third model. I want to retrieve data from only selected columns of the table. Selected columns. What's happening here? So all columns you can use star operator. Suppose you want to go for selected columns. You are going to work with this type of statement. Suppose I want to retrieve only e-names and salary from the table. Right? I want to retrieve only e-names and salaries. I don't want to retrieve other columns. See this. What happened here? Only e-names and salaries retrieved. Suppose I'm using star operator, what happens? There all columns will be retrieved. That's what we have seen previously. But here important point is you retrieve data from selected columns. That's fine. But coming to rows, all rows retrieved. All rows existing in those columns retrieved. Please check it. All rows existing in those columns retrieved. Please check it. Next model, I want to retrieve selected columns and selected rows also. So selected columns, okay, you typed those columns names. So selected rows means what? Condition. See, selected rows, selected data means condition. Suppose, see this. What happened? Selected columns, selected rows. These are the four different models, basic models of the select statements we have. So let's execute them together. Suppose select star from table name. Okay. All columns and all rows. Next, select star from table name where condition. Suppose where ID equal to A1. What happens? It retrieves all columns and selected rows. This is the model. And coming to next scenario, select rename comma salary from table name. Here what's happened? Selected columns and all rows existing in those columns. Selected columns and all rows existing in those columns. Right, and next, select rename comma salary from table name where ID equal to A1. So here what happened? Selected columns and selected rows. So these are the things we did here. Right? 4 different statements we executed here. One more time we'll execute. Yeah. See this. All columns and all rows. Next. All columns, but only selected rows. Please check. Because of where condition. Next. Data from selected columns. So there is no star operator. In place of star operator, we use different columns names. Right? In the same way, see this. Selected columns, selected rows. So these are the basic types of select statements we. Right. And now we are done with the DDL, DML, DRL statements. Right. And so insert data, update data, delete data. Today we did. In the same way, select data also we did. So select data means what? Data retrieval operations. Data retrieval operations we did. So now tell me any questions from this DRL, from this select statement. Any questions, please? Anybody? Aisha, any questions? No, everything is clear, right? Right. Anybody, please? Any questions? Because why I'm spending time on select statements? Why we are discussing this much of scenarios related to select statement, you know? In real-time environment, maximum scenarios in our project, you are going to work with select statements only. See, I'll tell you simple scenario. For example, you are going to develop some database. Okay. How development is going to start? Tell me. Your development is going to start with the table creation, right? See, suppose you are developing some database, you'll get some requirement. You can finalize that. Okay, these are the tables we need in this database, like that. So In the beginning only, you are going to create tables. Every day you are not going to create table. In the beginning of the project only, you are going to create tables. Right, Andy? After that, every day you are going to work with select statement. Of course, insert, update, delete also we are going to perform. See, data insertion, update data, delete data, these operations also we are going to perform, but not regularly like select statements. Maximum users are going to perform select statements only. Right? And that is the point. That's why you also better concentrate more on select statement part. Okay. So here for this statement, some tables we have here. So we created a table, this table in the last session. In the same way, tomorrow onwards, we are going to, next class onwards, we are going to work with some other tables. See, I'm going to drop this table. For practical purpose, we created some table, we did some practice here. So I'm deleting this table now. Okay. Na? So tomorrow onwards, I'm going to work with some other table. Suppose employee table. See that. Okay. Na? Please check what are the columns and rows available in this table. 8 columns and 14 rows available in this table. Right. And so coming to next scenario, there is some other table also. Department table. So this is the data, 3 columns and 4 rows. So these are. So these tables we have in this database, Suresh DB. I have taken backup of the database. I'm going to send you this backup file. So after completion of the SQL Server installation, you can restore that backup file so that you'll get all these tables in our environment. So you can go for practice. In the same way, I'm going to provide you some assignments, right? I'm going to provide you some assignments. Even those assignments also, we are going to perform on these tables only. Not only these, we have a lot of other tables existing in this database. I'll show you what are the other tables available. See this. So these are all the tables which are existing in our database. So these tables we are going to use in practice. So I'll give you Google Drive access. So for that, I have to get your Gmail IDs from training team. If I get training Gmail IDs from our training team, then I'm going to give you access. Okay. Na? So these are the things. Coming to next scenario. So now everything is clear, right? Even soft copy material also I'm going to send you along with that backup file. And coming to next scenario now. We are going to work with TCL commands. Transaction control language. Okay. We have transaction control language. So commit rollback commands there in that. Next class, tomorrow's class, we are going to work with those things. And coming to next scenario. Before that, I got a message from training team. And of course, they have given messages also. They typed some messages here. If anybody interesting, if anybody wants to continue this training, if you are feeling okay with this, enroll with the training team. Tomorrow's class, they are going to change the link. Okay, now tomorrow's class, they are going to change the link. So they are going to send link to only paid participants who enrolled for this training. For them only, they are going to send link. Okay, right then. See you tomorrow, same time with a different link. Bye.